We're just waiting on all of the survivors to join the game. For now, we have round 1, which is our killer is Apex, and our 4 survivors for the day are Mr. Mythic, Applesauce Fab, Rixa, and Purple. Looks like Apex has chosen to go with Huntress. Yeah. Spooky's checking the chest. We got Rixa, Fan, and Spooky all getting some co-op points.
Nice, and that's key for getting some really fast high points for survivors, working together on things. Sometimes it's tempting to do things by yourself, but working together is the best way to get points fast.
And Spooky's giving a good run for his money for Apex. Of course, he just took that hit.
Get some bold points going there. Well, it looks like he switched off to another survivor.
Yeah, he was chasing Mr. Porkchop. He ran out of hatchets, so he had to go get some. Alright, let's see what everyone else is doing. Brix is working on a gin. Fan. Oh, Spooky Mr. Porkchop just got hit by Apex. Really nice hit. And Spooky Bacon's down. Nice job, Apex. Of course, Apex is hitting for his other target, and Rixa just took a hit for it. And just like that, Apex was able to get 2 survivors down.
Nice job. Talk about sniping.
Very good job. Let's see what the other survivors are up to. Spooky and Fan look like they're going in to save. There we go. He's up. Now what will Apex do? And Mr. Bacon goes right back down. The only problem with Huntress is she has to constantly keep recharging her hatchets.
Yeah, that takes time.
It's a really risky killer to play if you don't conserve your hatchets well enough. Instead of hooking Mr. Porkchop, Apex is deciding to go chase after Rixa.
Interesting. Usually you don't want to focus too much on one person if you want to get a lot of points.
And none of that, Rixa just got off the hook, didn't he? So, that's really questionable for him to go right back after him.
Maybe he'll just down him and then go for someone else again.
It doesn't look like it. Appears Apex is hooking him.
Really?
It's a really ruthless playstyle. It's not going to give Rixa very many points.
Does that count against the new tunneling rules that were implemented this week?
I believe it does, so unfortunately he's going to hurt himself if it's found that he's doing such. Especially if Rixa dies so quickly.
Yeah. For those who are unaware, they implemented a tunneling rule based on the rounds last week. Basically that you cannot hook the same person twice in a row.
Unfortunately, it looks like he just did that. Rix has given Apex a good run for his money. However, instead he found Fan right hiding. And Fan goes down.
Wow. There is no hiding in this game.
With all the recent changes, it's a lot harder for people to stealth as much as they used to.
Yeah. Though I guess without perks, you have a better chance. In this tournament, there are no perks for killers or survivors.
Yeah, that's one of the downsides of this. There's no communication between the survivors. So they don't know if someone's going to be going for the save. So if someone wants to focus solely on doing gens and doesn't go in for the save, then most of the time the survivors are just screwed. And there's Rix's third hook already. That's not very good.
That's easily a good 5,000 points he might have lost by hooking him so early. We'll see how he plays it out.
Still, that's going to hurt him. That 5,000 points is nothing to scuff at for losing for a penalty. Man, he's just giving Apex a run for his money. That is Mr. Bacon. He's doing a really good job avoiding those hatchets.
Yeah. Looks like he learned from the first couple hits earlier in the game.
Almost got that stun, but it was just too quick to time.
Pallets don't tend to work very well.
However, when the Huntress is out of...
Well, that's true. It looks like she was.
Indeed she was. Unable to do much. Still, Apex chose a really interesting killer for this match.
True, especially on such a smaller map. So everyone knows what map you're doing, so when the killer has a chance to pick which killer to choose, usually you'll try and pick a killer. Oh, that was a fast down.
Yeah, it was. And I didn't want to interrupt you, Snur. Spooky's going for a totem, and is just hanging around. Looks like Mr. Bacon's trying to go in for the save. So no generators are going to get done. Looks like this might be a crushing defeat to the survivors if they don't manage to pick up the pace. However, it looks like Apex doesn't know that Spooky's right there. Or sorry, Apple's right there. These name changes were throwing me off. And as some people in the chat have pointed out, they changed a few things with the most recent patch. They made it so that generator regression is no longer at 20%, it's at 100% increase in speed. So you don't want to leave a kicked-in generator to, then Mr. Bacon goes down. That was quick.
Another fast one. Guess he didn't learn much from earlier this game.
When you get caught in the open, it doesn't leave much.
Yeah.
And Applesauce just got hit. I wonder if he'll be able to do anything. And no! Applesauce is down. Looks like Fan was able to get out Bacon.
Some good teamwork going on.
Especially since they're not communicating, it's really good teamwork. Like Apex found Mr. Bacon, who's doing a pretty good job at keeping him busy. Question is,
Winning the maxes too.
ooh, he just got hit with that one. Oh, and he's down. Eesh. Mr. Bacon's trying his best, but it's just not enough.
That was a good shot there.
Now, also on topic of the recent changes, they changed the generator break speed, and they removed a full second off of it. So no longer it gives the killer more time to be preoccupied with the chase and the hunt.
Yeah, I've noticed whenever I play Freddy, I tend to do that. When I suck somebody into the dream state who's on a generator, I'll kick the generator and then they leave and then go chase them.
Still, it's interesting to see Apex having trouble to find the survivors. Scratch that. And it looks like fans down. Apex is just mercilessly slaughtering these guys. And Fan is dead. He's out of the match. With only 3
Number
gens
2
down.
gone.
I don't think the Survivor's going to make it out of this match very easily.
And look, you see some attempted communication going on between the two. Point! Point!
That way. It looks like Applesauce was trying to get Bacon to break off of him. Being caught close together was a bad thing.
Yeah.
However, I don't think Bacon understands. No, it looks like they're able to communicate quite effectively.
That is one area I wish the game had a little bit more of. Just maybe 3 or 4 additional emotes for the survivors. Like, actually, honestly, a simple yes and no would be nice.
Mr. Bacon was trying to bait out Apex. Unfortunately, took an axe for it. Apex is not. Apex is not giving him a chance to get a gen done. He's just having a real hard time keeping track of everyone.
It is a smaller map. Let's see. I see 3 of the 4 gens left. Where's that 4th gen? They are pretty close together. It won't be difficult to keep patrolling them like this. Yeah, you almost need to distract her, have her chase one person while the other one works on the gen.
I think Apex is figuring that out. However, he's not willing to knock down Mr. Demon. He wants to protect those generators.
No, he's farming points. He's trying to get chase points. Look at that. So he's getting a survivor found points, and then he's backing off, and then he's finding the survivor, and he's backing off.
I think Apex might have realized his mistake when killing off Rixa so quick.
Yeah. It's unfortunate one of them doesn't take advantage of that and work on a generator, though. Come on, guys. Work on a gen while she's trying to hunt the other.
Apex was trying to mind game Mr. Bacon in order to move him into the hatchet. However, Bacon didn't fall
that was
for it.
close.
That mind game by Applesauce was really good. Nice job, Mr. Bacon. He was able to avoid that hatchet very good. Well, very well. Apex is slowly losing his grip. That's the second time he's mixed Mr. Bacon so quick. Applesauce and Mr. Bacon are both having issues. Mr. Bacon goes down.
See if he hooks him. Is he gonna leave him on the ground and let him farm, or will he actually hook him?
Applesauce is trying to get a totem for some boldness. And that around medkit that was found by Applesauce is gonna be able to heal him. That's a really good find.
Assuming he doesn't fail any skill tests, we'll just barely heal him.
No, they changed him recently so that they heal one full heal state.
Yeah.
So he was able to get the heal off, and he got his flashlight back. So Apex has decided that, you know, Applesauce was not going to save him, so he's just going to hook him. Let's see what Applesauce is going to do.
Finally working on a generator. I think Apex has been able to regress all of the generators.
It doesn't look like the survivors will be escaping. Wonder what Apex will do here. And Bacon's back into her sights, so we'll see how this goes. Bacon just can't shake Apex.
I wonder if Apex will just finish the game once he's maxed everything.
Guess we'll find out soon enough. Apex found the hatch, along with Mr. Bacon.
Yep.
Bacon's taking the attention. Or Apex doesn't seem to go out for it. And Apex just cannot see Apple hiding in that corner.
Well, and if Apple lingers close long enough, he can stop the regression of that generator. He's got to go touch it.
It's like Apple's waiting for that flashlight safe. However, that caused him to get found by Apex. Apple's doing a really good job avoiding those hatchets, however, he can't take that melee one.
Makes you wonder how frustrated some of the survivors get not being able to actually communicate in a relative survive with friends mode.
Well, it's nothing different than a solo game.
True, true.
Apex is not giving him a second of room on those generators. That gameplay by Applesauce really must be infuriating Apex.
Doing a good job avoiding the avoiding the hatchets, but not avoiding the axe.
Can't really avoid that axe very well, especially with the Apex experience.
Interesting. I wonder why they're splitting up and not healing themselves.
Well, they must have realized by now that Apex is just farming them. So if they heal themselves, they're only giving Apex more points. It's like Mr. Bacon's trying to give himself some extra boldness. However, Apex doesn't want anything to do with it. He keeps thinking that applesauce is nearby. Looks like he found applesauce again. Applesauce is doing a really good job at keeping... Wow! Wow, applesauce. These jukes by applesauce are quite impressive. His time practicing has not gone to waste.
Yep.
Looks like Apex has given up on applesauce and decided to finally go after Mr. Bacon. Even though Apex has 5 hatches, he's not willing to throw it for some reason. Wow. I feel bad for Bacon. That was just a really bad pallet drop.
Yeah.
Apex has still decided not to hook him.
That's interesting. I wonder why. He's got all his other categories maxed out in points. Oh, there goes the hook.
And Mr. Bacon is dead. Let's see if Applesauce knows where the hatch is.
Well, Apex knows where the hatch is, so he's probably going to camp it now.
Won't matter too much if he's able to sneak up on him.
Well, he's not doing a lot of sneaking right now. He's running around. I wonder if he doesn't know where the hatch is.
I don't believe he does. Looks like Applesauce is going to go for those gens. Apex
Probably a good idea if he feels that Apex is camping the hatch. If anything, it'll give him more objective points.
And Apex is going to be paranoid about him escaping through the hatch. I don't think he'll expect Applesauce to actually complete a generator.
In fact, if Applesauce was wise, he would 99 this gen, go pop another gen, pop another gen.
Then Apex would have to go crazy trying to find him.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I wonder if Apex will figure this out, or he'll just continue to be paranoid about that hatch.
It's quite the mind game now.
Looks like Apex has figured it out and decided to leave it.
And he found him, too.
Let's see what Applesauce will do. Applesauce is not taking any chances here.
Yeah. Got ourselves a standoff here.
Apex doesn't want to give him an inch. He really wants his last 2,500. And Applesauce was able to pull a juke and get away.
Nice.
Question is, will he make it?
Looks like he at least thinks that the hatch is in this area.
I believe Applesauce knows where it is, and he's just trying to see when he can make a move. Applesauce could have been able to commit there, I think, but instead, Applesauce just playing him. We have a locker standoff. This is just hilarious. Nice job, Apple.
Open it.
Will Apple make it?
Oh, go Apple!
No, he ran right past it. No.
Did you not hear it? Oh.
Oh, God. He had such a chance to run in. Is Apple trying to secure more points by completing more generators, or just did not realize it was there?
I bet you he didn't. He thought it was one area and it wasn't, so just kept running in a panic.
Ah, I feel bad for him. After a great struggle just to get close to it, he runs right past it. That's a shame.
I'd almost go back and work on more gens, honestly.
It's kind of hard when Apex has a 4-gen strat.
Yeah.
Apex is still paranoid about that hatch.
For those watching and wondering, Apex is trying to get a perfect 32,000 point score. If he can hook this last survivor, he'll get it.
But he'll gotta remember he's gonna eat that penalty.
That's true.
So even if he gets a perfect score, it's still gonna hurt him.
No, it's back on gens. That's honestly not a bad idea. Like I was saying, if he can 99 this gen and go pop another gen, run back and pop this gen while Apex is camping that hatch, that would really paranoid Apex as to what to do next.
Yeah, unfortunately it looks like Apex is trying to protect all 3 gens. If Applesauce does pop that gen, then Apex is going to be even tighter. So as you said...
So that's why if he's smart, he'll just 99 it and not pop it.
Problem is, Apex is checking all 3 gens within the location of the hatch. He's not given a chance.
It's commonly known as a 3-gen strat. A strategy of having 3 gens close enough that you can kind of camp all 3.
Apex has figured out that Applesauce 99 to gen. He's going to go right back to the hatch, however. Applesauce is hot on his trail, paying attention to him.
Yeah, he's going for the gens. No guts, no glory.
All about trying your hardest. Of course, Apex has figured that out from his constant paranoia. Question is, will he be able to get Applesauce down?
Oh, he's catching him, and we'll have to see.
It failed. Applesauce keeps running.
He's got them good jukes going today.
Applesauce has really dragged this out on Apex. He's not making it easy on him at all. Of course, Apex goes back to the generator, kicks it in. Still thinks Applesauce is there. Man, Applesauce pulled the wool over his eyes.
Yeah, he can actually beeline it to the hatch, probably, and make it.
Looks like Apex did not see him in the corner of his eye. Applesauce finally made it.
Yeah.
And we have our final scores of the day. We have Spooky, or Applesauce, with 28,928. Spooky, or Mr. Bacon at 19,525. Fan at 11,483. Rixet 4,575. And Apex at 31,700. Alright, Junrei has chosen Leatherface.
The stream still. There we go.
So this is an interesting choice by Junrei. He's certainly considered one of the more mediocre killers when it comes to the assortment that we have. So let's see what he's able to pull out of his hat.
Might have picked him too because of the smaller map that is the Coal Tower.
Exactly. Not only that, the strength of the Leatherface is the crowd control. So if two survivors are found next to each other, all he has to do is pull that chainsaw off and they're done for. Looks like Purple just got found. And
It's hard to hide in a bright white coat like that.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice by Purple to pick out a bright coat. And he really wants to get that pallet stun, however, Junrei wasn't giving him a chance. Looks like Purple's taunting Junrei. I don't know if that'll go very well for him, everything considered. However, it looks like Purple pulled off a really nice juke on him. And Purple is finally down.
He's throwing this pallet stun a little early.
Quite a bit early. It looks like Rick's Spooky were able to get a gem done together. And Fan is working on his own. Wonder who'll go in for the save.
I wonder if they learned from last game too to pop some of those gems that are too close together.
We'll see. Junrei's just not giving him a chance to get any pallet stuns in. Looks like none of the survivors are going for... Nope, I stand corrected. Fan's finally going in for the save. Looks like Applesauce is running Junrei around. And Junrei chooses to keep his bloodlust. A really smart decision. However, he had to break that pallet.
Yeah, he's got to break that pallet. You'll loop him too much.
Looks like Applesauce has finally gone down.
Take him to the basement? Or, oh, you just gonna leave him?
Nah, he was gonna check around that generator, make sure no one nearby, kick it in, and then decide to hook. He's trying to make sure that there's no one else close. If he can get multiple people down, that slows down the game very, very well. Rick's and Purple working on gens together, and Fan's doing his own thing. It looks like Junrei was not going to have good of a game as Apex. Seems like the survivors have definitely stepped up their game. Junrei swings for it seems like no real reason.
Got to practice the swing.
Rix is gonna go save Applesauce. And Purple's still running Junrei around by the tip of his nose. But looks like Purple's figured out Junrei's paranoid palettes, so he's taking advantage of it. Oh, Junrei was hoping to get that chainsaw.
Surprised he didn't hit anything with that chainsaw. Any of the boxes.
Did a really good job of controlling it. Looks like Junrei might be able to get the survivor down. No, so close. These survivors are just running Junrei around. Although it might be a good strategy for Junrei to get Leatherface out of the way. Who knows if crew or the Nightmare will be allowed in future gameplay for the season. If he can get one of the weaker killers out on a smaller map like this, try to maximize his points, it might be an effective strategy in order to coil any future progress that might be hampered.
Yeah. In fact, I was wondering that the Huntress on this small of a map may not have been that great of a choice.
No, not at all. Huntress could have been better on a larger map. But yeah, he maximized his score to secure Apex, but that just, it also hampers his future choices.
And we finally get a chainsaw kill.
However, he just got ran around by Applesauce. Fans going in for the save.
We're already down to just one generator left.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to just keep things going from what it seems like.
Oh, I didn't even notice Junrei's got a fully prestiged Leatherface.
Junrei did a really good job there blocking Rixa from entering that closet. And he makes eat that chainsaw.
Oh, but he left him.
Wow, that was really nasty. Who did that? That wasn't Rixa, that was Applesauce. That was really nasty of Applesauce to pull.
A little hidden pallet drop there.
And you gotta admit, it worked out in Applesauce's favor for this 1,000 boldness.
Yep.
Looks like all three survivors are gonna go work on a generator together. Of course, Applesauce is leading them right there, so if he's able to get all 4 survivors down in one shot, that would be a nice pull-off.
Junrei definitely respects those pallets.
Purple did not fall for it. That was a nice try by Junrei, but he failed. Spooky's working on a gen by himself, however, Fan and Rixa are working together. Junrei figured it out. He might be able to get him down. Oh, so close. Rixa got caught in that tree. That's not good for him. Thanks to purple, all the pallets in the area are gone. That doesn't leave much room for his teammates. Junrei could have chainsawed him there.
Yeah, I wonder why he didn't.
That was a very good job. Nice! Junrei was able to grab him. Purple and Rixa on the ground. Rixa just got up. Thanks to applesauce. Looks like Ripple and Applesauce are going into full heals. That leaves Fan just waiting.
We still haven't had a single kill yet either.
Well, Junrei's biding his time, but whether or not that works out for him is a different story. Junrei swings and misses. Purple in that locker. Applesauce hanging around nearby. Fan's gonna do the gen. Wonder if he's gonna pop it. Let's see what Fan's able to do here, considering that there's not many pallets left. And so I was elected to pop the last generator. Might not be good enough for Junrei.
Ooh.
Purple's still trying to lean Junrei around. For both Ripple and Rixa and Applesauce are on. Nice! Junrei was able to get Purple at the hook.
Mm-hmm. About time. Take that, Doctor. Out.
Junrei's scared of that hook, though. Doesn't want anyone to steal it away from him. Let's see what the other two survivors are gonna do.
Might be a little too late to save them.
Survivors got themselves caught in the trees. I don't think Junrei's gonna be able to get another kill, though. It looks like Fan is gonna... I don't think Fan really realizes that rule that we have about not exit as soon as possible.
It might be true.
It's like Applesauce is trying to maximize his boldness from getting the totems. And if he gets caught, this one is not going to go good for him.
Did they get both gates open? I didn't notice.
Yes, I believe they did. That was a really close call for Applesauce. That was Applesauce. I dropped that mid kit. It's a really big identifier. Apex
so
even
bright.
if Apex even gets a, or sorry, Junrei gets even a look at it, he's gonna know where he is. However, it looks like Applesauce might decide to leave. Looks like he's just trying to find that hatch.
And thus the cat and mouse game commences.
Sauce really plays the game nastily. Nasty. I need to learn how to English.
I don't think he knows where the hatch is, but... Oh. What just happened there?
I have no idea. It's just Applesauce is really trying to. I don't know what Applesauce is trying to do.
I think he's looking for the hatch and he just doesn't know where it is.
I think that he should start leaving here soon.
Yeah.
Applesauce found it and he's out. Next. So the final scores today are Applesauce with 22,391, Rixo 20,441, Fan with 17,668, Purple with 10,425, and Junrei with 22,333. Mikkel has elected to go with Huntress as well.
Seems like an odd choice for this map, honestly.
We'll see. Again, it's an interesting choice to pick one Huntress in such a small map. However, it's still not a bad idea. Man, ate it at that pallet. Nice! Mikkel was able to pull that long shot off. Van was not able to go around it. Spooky is able to work on a gen with Rixa. Mikkel is going to get those hatchets back. Mikkel tried to get that long shot, however, he just could not pull it off. feel bad for Mikkel. He just cannot get that hatchet over those boxes. That's one of the big one of the biggest flaws with the Huntress. When the hit boxes and the objects in the match are really finicky.
Yeah.
Nice job. Purple was able to avoid that hatchet hit. That's the second time he was able to pull it off. It's like he's warmed up after Apex's match. And an applesauce are working together. Let's see what Mikkel's able to do against him. Purple's still running him around by the tip of his nose. It's ridiculous.
Still only one generator down. I'm surprised they haven't popped another generator in that time.
Shame. Purple's doing a good job too, however, he's bought his allies plenty of time to get 2 generators done. Yeah, 2 generators.
Nice.
Again, after that first match with Apex, the survivors really stepped up their game and got their heads cleared up.
Yeah, it helps after one good game. Kind of get used to each other and how the way they different play, and a little bit of inter-game communication.
This shot Mikkel was so close at knocking Purple back down. But in the end, he gave up on chasing it. Van almost didn't get caught, but it looks like Mikkel figured him out real quick. Van's doing a really good job, just like Purple. But he eats that hatchet. Really good job. Really good job with Mikkel there.
In the back.
And now he's down to 1 gen. This is going to be tense for Mikkel now.
Nobody's very high in points, though.
I don't imagine it's so. Making out alive is more important than getting a lot of points. I mean, either way, even if you walk out alive, you can earn 20,000.
This is true.
Survivors don't have that high point cap that killers do. However, 1 high point game can really bring your average up. Applesauce is just running Mikkel around. It forces Mikkel to go for the M1. It's like everyone, Rixa and Fan are working on the team together. Leaving Purple to do his own thing. What Mikkel's gonna do? Mikkel didn't seem to notice the crows flying in the background. I would have given him a good heads up. Interesting plays by everyone around. It's just the way the survivors are playing it is really good gameplay. They're avoiding the killer as much as possible unless they want to get found, and they're trying to maximize their objective. Van did a really good job there of making Mikkel miss him.
Riggs is suffering a little in points, though. Needs to get those co-ops going more.
It seems like everyone's doing a good job at finding someone else to work on the gens with them. Purple. Will he get found? I think Purple got paranoid there and jumped out of the locker. And Purple goes down.
His strategy backfired on him, unfortunately.
With the Huntress, they need to go to lockers to get those hatchets. Who popped the gen? There was an applesauce. Okay, I'm just doing the far away gen. Oh, that was not a good call by them. Let's see if Mikkel's able to monopolize this opportunity. Looks like Mikkel's doing a decent job at it. Not giving them a chance to escape. I do feel bad about Purple, but that was just a bad opportunity. All around.
Especially with the gates open. Purple's dead.
Unfortunately. It's not something Mikkel had to really control over.
Yeah.
And the hatch is there too. Mikkel did a good job fanning out Fan. Let's see if he's able to monopolize this. Looks like he was able to. The question is, will he find Rixa? If he manages to, then this will be a 4K.
Oh man. And it was going so well.
Well, Kel was smart. He didn't re-hook Purple after he just got pulled off the hook, even if it was Applesauce's fault. He clearly obeyed. Oh! Ooh! Looks like Purple didn't make it a far enough away. If Rixa manages to escape, then Purple can take the hatch.
Why did Purple just linger there like that?
I'm not sure. Maybe he wanted the hatch?
That was interesting.
Rixa makes it out. I think Mikkel did a really decent job here, but like the final scores will tell everything. So the final scores are 14,337 for Applesauce. Rixa walked out and survived, the only survivor, with 14,238. Fan made it out with 11,294, and Purple 7,485. Mikkel, the killer, walked out with 19,575.
All right, Shadow has chosen a nerf. This should be fun to watch. That was real fast. He found Fan right off the bat. Fan is jumping around. Shadow did not stay too focused on Fan. Is moving on to chase some applesauce. And Fan has returned to work on her generator. Let's get some of these generators done while the nurse is distracted by other survivors. Applesauce has run down into the basement. He's looking at some treasure chests. I never know what he'll find on it. Yeah, he'll probably find a health kit. Just sit down, Chad. Fans healing up Purple. And the two of them are back on a generator. But Rexa over there has just gotten hooked. That is correct. Rexa is hooked. Purple and Fan are working together on a generator in the killer shack, while Applesauce is still once again looking for health kits inside of the building, the main building. The coal tower? Yes, it's the coal tower. Get it right, Shnar. Unfortunately, the broadcast is only picking off of Shadow's stream. It's not picking off of mine, so I'm not able to switch it back and forth for everyone to see. We're only watching from the killer's point of view, so I'll give a little bit of commentation between what the others are doing. Purple goes down. The other three are working on a generator on the other side of the map. Here's that gen pop. They split up. Let's see who saves Purple. Where goes the nurse? Such a cheap killer. The nurse is a very well qualified killer. Anyone can play her well. It's one of those high learning curves. Easy to learn but difficult to master. And once you've mastered it, they're very difficult to defeat as survivors. We had ourselves a nice locker juke from Purple. Those are always fun when you can pull them off. Kind of a waste of a pallet, but still. Another locker juke. Oh, but backfired. A quick blink, and Purple is down. Got him down right by the basement. What a dummy. Shut up, Chad. Okay, so now we have the other... Looks like all three of them are working on another generator. Pretty close to the basement. But they're really maximizing their objective points and cooperative points at the same time. Reeks is going in for the save. I don't think Shadow saw him though. Alright, Reeks is still inside. She's starting to head downstairs. Looks like some double heal action going on downstairs. If we can get him healed before the nurse returns, I should have a good way of getting out. Oh, don't you focus on purple. Alright, we'll cycle through the killers, or the survivors. Applesauces! Oh, looks like he's near the water tower working on a totem. Fan is working on the generator inside the coal tower. Rixa is getting downed by the killer in the killer shack. And Purple is working on a generator by the coal tower. Fan found a broken key. Oh, probably one of the most worthless items in the entire game. My glass of martini right here is worth more than that entire key and every single one you find put together. Rix is being healed by, oh, who is that? Applesauce? Let's see, where are the generators? We got one over there. Purple is on a generator by himself between the coal tower and... Sorry, not the coal tower, the water tower and the killer shack. Oh, down goes Rixa. Shadow left Rixa on the ground to chase after Apple. It's a common way to get extra points, down someone and kind of, not necessarily slug them, but jump to somebody else so you can down that person again later. Each time they get down, you get some points. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh, look at the jukes from Apple. It's difficult to get some good stunning on the killer. Shadow's just sitting there waiting. And down goes Applesauce. Fan is still working on a generator far from the hook, and the other two picked up Applesauce and healed. But not for long, because here comes Shadow. I'm on the killer side. Go get him. Just hook him and kill him. Down goes Purple. I believe... Is Purple dead on hook? I don't recall. We'll find out. There's a hook right around the corner. And there goes Purple! Probably a frustrating map for him. Alright, Reeks is back on a generator that's about halfway done between the killer shack and the water tower. And Shadow just jumped to that generator, kicked it in. So Reeks is waiting for him to leave. Oh! Doesn't need to work on it anymore. Instead, she's opening up the door. That's right next to Killer Shack. Shadow's about ready to blink back to that door, it looks like. Rixa might be in trouble. Not with that stuff. Out goes Rixa, and she has escaped. That's kind of a quick game. This might be a low-scoring game too, folks. Applesauce making the tour of the map, looking for anything to get more points, because I do believe this is a low-scoring game. And frankly, I think Shadow's taking advantage of the knowledge he saw. Oh, there she goes! Game is over. Final scores: Applesauce with 22,664, Fan with 18,372, Rixa with 16,805, and Purple with 8,388. ShadowDragon ended up with 19,926.
Anyways, I think this wraps up for the 5th game for the day.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for letting me join on the casting.